Oh well, I've just prepared these cardboard rolls, as you've seen, for some the sugar snap peas. These are the Thompson Morgan Mange 2 Shiraz, Thompson and Morgan or Oregon sugar pod, possibly the same as what Kelly sent me a few years back. Bill and Val's Kent Blue, Bill and Val's Knee Plus Ultra, and Bill and Val's Pongos. Not going to get them all in here, but I just wanted to show you roughly what I do. And I'm just going to do 2 rows of each. We'll just pop the peas in there. These are just a few of each, and what I don't use I can pop back in the bag, and it can be moved to the next successional sowing. So these are new seeds from Thompson & Morgan. They use some of my videos in their blog, but I'm not going to bore you. I'm going to plant the other Thompson & Morgans there, Bill and Val's Kent Blue, and the Ultra there. And as you can see, it's still very windy. So that's all of them in. We've got 2 rows there, single seeds, 2 rows there, single seeds, and the Thompson & Morgans there, new seeds. The Bill and Val saved, I've got 2 seeds per station there. Some of them have got the little grubs in them that we don't like. That's why I prefer the sugar snap, so we eliminate that. And there's 3 peas in there again. Well, there's 4 in that one, but there's 1 badly damaged, just to really just to ensure we get a crop, get some germination. All the holes in between get filled up. The roots in the beans and peas will shoot out the side of these toilet rolls, and then they'll be hidden there, so they'll continue growing. You may find that if you've grown them in toilet rolls, they've come out the sides, and then the roots get stumped. But this does work really well for me. I'm just going to water those in. Give them a good soak. And they'll go in the polytunnel on the support, well away from the mice. Cardboard box and all the toilet rolls afterwards, any non-germination will go in the compost bin later on. And the mushroom tray holds it all together. If you're wondering what I was using for the labels, these are fascias underneath the fascia of your buildings. Had quite a few thrown out in a skip after a job was done, so I've made use of those, and once I've used them once, I put the yellow tape on top. As you can see, this is hanging from the top there, so hopefully the mice, unless they're really good athletes and jump across, don't get at the pea and bean family, which they love. The broad beans are ready to go out now, so we'll get onto that. We'll prepare the beds. We're going to do an experiment where we had the green manure to see how well they do. So let's prepare the beds. So this is one of the beds that had the green manure in the autumn. That bed there that's still covered up has just been laying there dormant. I believe it had some carrots in last year, so I'm going to plant half and half and use the other half for something else. We don't eat that many broad beans, so I'm not going to take up 2 full beds, just what we need. So I need to top this bed up to cover the last of the green manure up, uncover that one, and just give them a wee tickle. So in this material we've just put in there, we've got 2 shovelfuls of leaf mould, 2 shovelfuls of my homemade 12-month compost from out the bin, some of the cannabis compost with the perlite in that we found recently, 2 shovelfuls of wood chips out to the fruit cage, and the last bit of material you can see now was out of the old parsnip bed when I moved it previously. I'll get this mixed up. Beautiful stuff, and all for free. I've hand-picked 2 slugs out of that far bed. Well, that wasn't enough, so we'll mix a bit more. I just want to show you this. On the left there you can see the old shoot that's been damaged, frosted, nibbled off, whatever, and then it's thrown out a new shoot on the right hand side. So never give up on your broad beans. I don't think I've got to worry about the mice now. They're quite tall, quite good. I've buried the seeds a long way down, so no, they'll be absolutely fine now. And it'll be a good little experiment to see whether we really need to use green manure as a cover instead of cardboard. And the other half of this bed closest to you, I should put the gourmet shallots in when they've rooted down really well. So moving on to the last of the seeds for March. There's the cherry bell radish that we had from Shed Wars. Olivia picked that. There's only about 4 seeds left, and we're going to save those for seed, let them go to the seed pods. Red flesh radish there, and some mystery mix from real seeds. A lot of these seeds come from Alan from the Dawn Chorus plot, so I'm giving them all a whirl. We've got some early nantis there, and some carrots there, and then here's the big water tank. We're going to try these. They're the Foster's seeds, a nantis type Namu F1. Again, Foster's Sweet Candle, one of my favourites. Again, another one from Foster's Seeds, Abaco F1. I've bought one of the Swiss chard from the greenhouse grow room. We'll get that potted up. We move on to the salad onions. I've planted quite a few salad onions and I didn't mark them up. So basically I've numbered the packets because some are very similar. So we've got those there, a guardsman on the right, some white Lisbon, Metrix there, and like I say, I've just numbered the packets so that if we get poor germination, I can get rid of them. In the past I've just planted them and then not realised which ones. I've got quite a few white Lisbon, but some just haven't germinated, so those have all got to be done. I've been using this pallet collar there to mix up my homemade compost for those containers and topping up that bed with the broad beans. And I've bought a few more things back from the greenhouse grow room, and we've got all those planted, and they should give me some nice leafy greens for my lunchbox in the next few weeks, as long as it doesn't get too cold. Not too many of the bottles have fallen over. I'll get those picked up now before I forget. And they're covering up the beetroot just to give them a bit of protection. It's definitely nice to see some of the beds filling out with some of the hardier plants and vegetables. The 2 perennial kale have definitely perked up now they're in the polytunnel away from the greenhouse grow room, a little bit of natural light. And all the green manure that we did the experiment with the mice, etc., I'll be using those as green manure. And the sweet peas are coming along nicely, not getting too leggy in the polytunnel. I'm going to spend the next hour just popping all these seeds in, giving them a water, and popping them into the polytunnel. Thumbs up, thumbs down, please, for the interaction. I really appreciate that. Please leave me a comment. And if you must, please consider subscribing so that you can keep an eye on what I'm up to. Happy gardening to you all. Till next time, my friends. Ta-ra for now.